Getting good composition in your shots doesn't have to be rocket science. It's really pretty easy. Now, in the world of filmmaking and videography, we use certain tools, things like the rule of thirds, where you line up your subject on certain points or dead center of the frame, or doing a concept called frame in a frame, where you position your subject within a frame of the camera. And all of these are great ways to make your shots look good. They're great ways to make things look more appealing. But a lot of times we tend to overlook the one tool that we always have that's probably our best bet, and that is your own eyes. See, one of the keys to great composition is simply shooting what you think looks good. I mean, your eyes are open every day, you're walking around, you're riding around looking at things. Just shoot things that you believe would look appealing to your own eye. And you can get good compositions without having to focus so much on these rules that, quite honestly, can sometimes slow down your process. So one of the things that I like to do to get good composition is just to simply use the environment around me. You know, just setting up a frame like this can really accentuate your story and push it even further than what you were thinking. You can do things like just simply putting yourself in the situation. I just kind of look at things, check out the scene, and then see where I can place my subject or myself just to make it look appealing. Again, I'm doing this based off of what I think looks appealing. It might not look good to somebody else. It might not be the technical way of doing things, but if I think it looks good, then I'm just simply gonna do it. So you can use things like, you know, a building or in an alley, and just kind of position the subject in a way that you think would look good on a screen, or that you may be able to tell a good story from. That is going to be the absolute best way to start off getting your compositions. And then once you do that, you can move on to start trying to implement some of these rules that are in place to help you out. One of the other things that I do is I like to get inspiration from other movies and films. So when you're watching a movie, the directors will always use good composition to drive and push their story. So you can do the same thing. Just watch your favorite movie and figure out how the director is using the things around him to set the composition, whether he's using the rule of thirds, or if he's using a frame and frame technique, or is he just kind of going off of what he feels and just placing different things in the scene that still draws attention to his subject. Real quick, let me jump in here because I did forget to mention one thing, and that's textures. Find some really good textures that kind of convey the story that you're trying to tell. It'll really make for some good, quote unquote, cinematic type shots. Using textures to drive your story is a great and simple way to really push the narrative that you're trying to do. And let's just be honest, some really dope textures just look good. Even using something like a reflection to add texture to your shot is a real creative way to be dynamic and to try to set your film or your video apart from everybody else. So get out and just create something. Let's get back to the video. I do this all the time. I watch a lot of movies, I watch a lot of shows, and honestly, I can't even concentrate on the entertainment value of it because I'm too busy trying to figure out how the director did what he did and what angles did he use to get his good composition. So, thanks a lot. One of the other things that good directors will do to get great composition is they use the foreground. See, in filmmaking, a lot of times we concentrate so much on having that nice, creamy, blurry background that we tend to forget about the things that are closer to the camera. Using the foreground can really set a nice pace and a nice tone to your shot. Placing something in and maybe doing a slide shot, or even if it's just there, you want to kind of rack focus between your subject and whatever's in the foreground. Using these techniques will guarantee you great composition. And if you think about it, some of the things that you've seen where the director used the foreground was very appealing to your eye. And this is simple. Just place your subject in a scene, put something closer to the camera, and focus on that. And then kind of either have your subject into the scene and let the camera focus on him, or manually rack focus to that person. And even if you don't rack focus, just focus on your subject and have the out of focus object that is closer to the camera just there. And again, that is one thing that will give you great composition from the jump. So now, this one is a big one. This one is something that I had to learn myself as my journey went through, and I'm telling you, it helped me a whole lot. This tip is just don't worry about it. See, we focus so much on getting great compositions and getting great framing that we forget about telling the story. And so it doesn't do you any good to have great composition and great framing when your story is garbage. So just don't worry about it. Just get out and shoot. As you shoot and as you learn, you will figure out how to get better compositions to make your shots look better. But if you're focused on that from the beginning, or if you're focused on that before you're focused on your story, then whatever it is you're shooting isn't going to make any sense anyway. So I would say don't worry about it right now. You'll learn, you'll get better. And as you do, I guarantee you your films or your videos or whatever it is you're shooting will start to be more appealing to the eye and really drive the story that you're trying to tell. So listen, I hope these tips really helped. Just get out and shoot. Don't try to stay with all the rules starting off. The rules will come, and once they do, you won't even have to think about it. So just get out and shoot, man. Have fun, be creative. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Leave a comment if you want to, and tell me what it is that you'd like to do to get great compositions. I am always trying to learn. I am always trying to figure it out, and I would love to hear from you guys, all right? So until the next one, I'll catch you later. Peace.